When the U.S. Mint formed in 1793, its first coin was the large cent, and shortly thereafter followed by the half cent. You get that big jumbo coin that looked like a Kennedy $half today. At one point, in 1857, 1856, there was a proposition made to people in Congress. Let's shrink this. Copper's getting too expensive. We got to shrink this. So they introduced what they call the small cent. In 1856, a couple thousand coins were made, handed out to dignitaries to say, what do you think? Everybody fell in love with it. And then for 2 years, we made a flying eagle cent. And yes, it's appropriate this week to make sure we have those on the show. The first small cents ever. They made them for 2 years, 1857 and 1858. In 1859, the Indian head cent started. So we have our first small cents in circulation for only 2 years.
Now we have a number of 1857s and 1858s on hand. Steve just referenced 1856 was a very small mintage made. They were just made for the dignitaries. A regular production was mainly 57 and 58. What we can offer you tonight is if you buy one, you'll get one of the dates, 57 or 58. But if you purchase two, you're guaranteed one of each. So if you buy a quantity of two, you'll definitely get a 57 and a 58. Each one will come in this beautiful presentation lens. It's a card that has a foil stamping on it. Of course, a lens with it. It's just like a proof set lens, keeps it nice and protected. And of course, it's a beautiful presentation. $49.95 per coin. Our competition's at $109 each, so you're saving
per coin.
Per coin.
Our set's under that.
And you could buy two of them, get guaranteed both dates, and still be saving from our competition. They're $109 for one. So 905-4834, that's the item number for this one. If you're joining us online, that's avccoins.com. Just enter that item number into the search bar. Put in your quantity of two to be guaranteed both dates. A quantity of one obviously will get you one or the other. Hand-selected, beautiful, quality, circulated collector pieces.
We're going to be talking all week about significance in U.S. coinage, significance in coin collecting thereof. We talked earlier about the VDB cent, right? And how special that was. The introduction of our first presidential coin ever. That was a small cent, and it's the longest tenured coin now in U.S. history. We're over 110 years with the same obverse design. Well, if you go back in history, the Gapper. We had 51 years of Indian head cents, and then in 1909 we transitioned to the Lincoln. Well, what happened before that? Well, the law of 1857 said, shrink it. It's costing more than a cent to make because they're too big. And we did. So we had this coin come out, the Flying Eagle, as a design. Before that, it was all Lady Liberty. All Lady Liberty. Now, all of a sudden, we have these eagles flying on a coin, small cents, right? And then we replace it quickly with the Indian head cent in 1859. Thank you for that, everybody. avccoins.com. Phones are jamming. They've been jamming all night, and we thank you for that. It's always a great alternative. We have cents, lots of cents. Check us out online, and the avccoins.com is the place to do it.
Only 2 years of issue for the Flying Eagle cents, besides that introductory period of 1856. It is 1857 and 58. Buy two, get guaranteed both of those dates. It was replaced by the Indian head cent, and look how, if you're familiar with that program, look how similar the reverse looks. It's a very good rendition that was carried forward throughout the Indian head cent program that came out in 1859, replacing this very short 2-year only program for the Flying Eagle cents. Each one comes presented in this display lens, great for storage or presentation as well. $49.95 per coin. Buy two, you're guaranteed both dates, 1857 and 1858.
Good question, Hunter. Thank you. And it's an honest question, and it needs to be talked about because it's fair, but there's a great explanation. Have these coins been cleaned? Because they don't look like the other coppers we're used to seeing. Two things. One, absolutely not. And two, the reason why these have a different color brown is they're not the copper we used to see in the Wheaties. When they came out originally, these coins, the Flying Eagles, they were 0.88 copper. That changed in 1864 when they introduced the 2-cent piece, and they changed it to 0.950 copper, which gave it that slightly darker color because there's more copper concentration. 1.2 nickel versus, well, a 0.05 nickel. So they're a little bit lighter in color traditionally because of that. But it's a great question, and I thank you for asking. But tonight it's all about firsts. National Coin Week, it's firsts. And we have them here tonight, the first, not at $109 for your choice, one or the other. We have them for $49.95 in this premium display lens, your choice, one or the other. And we're going to make it even better. If you want to buy two, we'll get you the only two they made and released for circulation. How's that for a deal?
And you get the whole program when you purchase two. And you could check it off in your book that you have that program complete in your collection, the Flying Eagle Cent program.
Yep. Right after this one, you want to get the 20-cent piece because that's another short set. And you got the entire collection just like that. The problem is with these older coins from the 1800s is, where are they? When's the last time? I mean, I can't tell you how many coins we looked at. I had to say a couple hundred Flying Eagles at the last show. And I think we bought 8, 10, because the reverses are so worn off. You can't, you don't know it's one. You look at the front, you know it's a Flying Eagle. You look at the back, you can't tell. It's that crazy. Guys, we got to put a 30-second clock up. Thank everybody for your patience tonight. avccoins.com always. It's a great place for ordering as well as just finding great stuff. You've made it the #1 site in the industry. We can't thank you enough. We understand our relationship with that, and that is if we don't keep on putting great stuff up, you're going to look elsewhere. We don't want that. So we're going to make sure we keep them priced like this. Not $109 for one, $49.95 for one. If you want both, we'll give you both, and you're still $10 cheaper. That's just something special.